Ohana online, check and sound, test, test. I love you. Hi. Really good. How are you? Yay, Lori, how are you? It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hello, lovely live streamers. Lisa, oh, we miss you so much, woman. I hope Crested Butte is beautiful and everything is going well there. And Anne and Lou, how are you two? We've got 2 blocks in studio today, so if you have those props, you can grab them. And we're just going to get rocking here right away. All right. Welcome, everyone. We will begin in a seat today. If you have the hip mobility for a cross-legged seat, choose that. And if you don't, no worries, because we're going to get into that space a lot today. And we'll just begin with a seated practice and some breath work and some stillness before we get going here. So this weekend I did the Veda 3 meditation course, which really doesn't mean anything. Like, that's not really relevant. It's just a weekend immersion into the knowledge of the Vedas or the Vedanta. And these weekends are so insanely expansive. It's like we're able to learn the secrets of the universe. And really, what that is just getting out of your mind and understanding that everything is connected. Everything is connected. We are connected. Everything that we see has consciousness, and all of that is the same. So instead of our stimulating world that is very divisive, you start to realize that it is unity. It's all one. And so what we'll move with today is just the idea of expansion. I'll encourage you to get out of the fastidiousness, the rigor of the mind, and just allow yourself to become more than your body, more than the mat, more than the practice. It's really just a tool to get you into a space of full expansion, okay? And we're gonna work a lot with the hips to get into elephant trunk. So we also need a lot of core integrity too. So hips, core, and really just hopefully allowing you to feel the vastness of what you truly are. Not this like linear, like mental thought pattern. What we are is everything, and everything is us simultaneously. Okay, so the breath work that we'll take today seated is a little bit different. We're going to take alternate nostril breathing in a different way. We'll only inhale on the right and we'll only exhale on the left, okay? And then after a while, we'll switch it up. So you can take your right hand, your right thumb to your nose, and you can take your middle finger to your left nose, and you're basically just gonna work the breath in that way, Okay? So seal your left nostril, breathe in through your right. Pause at the top for a moment and breathe out through the left. Now back again to the right side. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right side. Exhale left side. Inhale. Exhale. Just keep going exactly like that without my cues. So you're creating a circular movement right now of energy inside the body, in through the right and out through the left. And you can go as slow as you would like. If you feel like moving quicker through it, you can do that as well. So you're just utilizing the breath, the pranayama, to start to churn the energy that's inside your body and creating rhythmic motion with it, rhythmic movement with it. The next time you finish on the left, drop your hands to your lap. Sit here for a few moments, feel the expansion that's happened in your trunk, your chest, your side bodies, the front, the back of your heart. In a few moments, we'll go back to alternate nostril breath, but we'll just do the opposite. We'll inhale through the left and we'll exhale through the right. Before we do that, empty out all your air. Inhale and grow taller. Open mouth, exhale out everything. Inhale again. Through the mouth, stick out your tongue. Deep breath in. Horse lips. Okay, so you'll set yourself up. This time you inhale left side. So seal the right side, inhale left. Seal your left nostril, exhale right. Continue this on your own. Notice that as you start to grow a greater capacity in the lungs and in the body, the breath might slow down a little bit. And this is really the experience of expansion. The more expanded you become, the slower everything moves. Instead of this frenetic chaos, you really start to land, you start to dig, you start to root, and everything comes from that space and comes from that place. Next time you exhale on the right, allow your hands to fall to your lap. We'll take a few moments in a seat. Take a feel for the folds of the body, your knees, your hips, your elbows, your shoulders. And then expand your awareness outside the body a couple inches. Then expand your awareness outside the body a couple more inches. And a couple more inches. Take your chin down to your chest. Feel free to blink your eyes a couple times. We'll come into a stand at the top of your mat. Make sure your bricks are there at the top as well. So take your feet wider than your hips, turn your toes out a little bit to the sides, and just kind of arrive in space. We're going to take even further breath work. It's a 2-part inhale up, and it's a 2-part exhale down, okay? So bend your knees, your hands will kind of hang to the floor. We'll go inhale halfway, and then inhale all the way up. Hold it at the top. Exhale halfway, and exhale, sweep your hands back behind you. Okay, so we'll go inhale, inhale, hold, exhale, and exhale. Inhale, inhale, hold, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. You can take your hands to your bricks if you want. We'll come into frog squat. Your hips start to lower towards the floor. Some of you might be able to have the hips all the way down. Some of you, like me, might be a little bit further up, okay? Just take notice of the ankles, take notice of your knees, and no need to force anything right here. Feel free to add a little vibe too. Like for me right now, it feels good for hips side to side. So no, that's always an option. There are a lot of really big feels inside the classroom today, which is all good. The more expansive we become, the less important those emotions are. We start to understand that it's all good, everything. You can feel however you feel today, but you'll start to realize that you're more than that. All right, come on up to mountain pose. We're gonna take my funky sun A mountain pose. So your feet will stay wide, reach your hands all the way up. Good, bend your left knee only, and you're coming into like a modified lateral lunge. So your left knee bends, your right leg stays straight. Take a little halfway lift right here. Then you'll turn towards your right, lower your left knee down to the ground, and you're in this little squat leg. Yep, left knee down, perfect. Okay, as long as you're not pregnant, take a twist to the back of the room with your left elbow outside your right thigh. Pregnant mamas, stay vertical, or you can take an open hip twist instead. Good, see if you can roll your right shoulder head back a little bit like it peels open. Yeah, Jenny, that was awesome. Take a breath in right here. And take an exhale out. You'll turn towards me, star pose. So come on up and rise with the hands all the way up. Good, hands behind your head, elbows wide, lay back, and just lift the chest. Good, I can tell this feels really good for y'all right now, so stay here for a few moments and luxuriate in the breath that you're conjuring, that you're creating in the belly, in your chest, in your side bodies. Hands up high. Bend your right knee only, little modified lateral lunge. So your seat moves back, and there's that inner hip and inner groin stretch. Yeah, slowly. Think chest up more. Yeah, perfect. So you're creating extension through the spine. Love that right there. Take an inhale. And exhale, turn left, lower your right knee to the floor. So you're in that same crouch-like. Twist to the back of the room so your right elbow will come outside your left thigh. Love that. Yeah, Claire. See what happens when you start to hug the inner thigh seams towards one another? It's like the pelvis almost shrink wraps a little bit. The outer glutes start to wrap around the sides. And that might give you ability to spin the left shoulder back and your right ribs forward towards the back of the room. So like forward towards the front of your body. Take your time to unwind, star pose. Come all the way back up to stand. Good, hands behind your head, exhale. Inhale, wide-legged star. Bend your left knee only, exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Turn to the right, lower your left knee down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay here for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. Start pose, so you'll turn towards me. Lift up. Hands behind your head, back bend. Inhale, star. Bend your right knee only. Good, lift, liberate the chest. Inhale. Turn left, right knee down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, twist to the back of the room. Stay for a breath in. And stay for a breath out. Good, back up to star. Your toes turn right back into frog squat, balasana. Feel free to move and sway a little bit. Okay, cool. So we're starting to open up and broaden the awareness outside the intensity of the mind, the complications of the mind. This is exactly where all the suffering lives. So even when there's these big, huge, momentous life occasions that are happening, if you're only focused on the brain and on the thought of it, it becomes really condensed and contracted. If you start to understand that you are more expansive than all of that, then everything starts to tone down. You realize that it's all the same. You, me, everything has consciousness. We are all the same. High plank. Plant your hands and step your feet back. We have a little flow that will include fallen triangle. So from high plank, think about the same kind of draw of the pelvis in you felt in the twist. Then you almost brace your side bodies out. At the same time, the front lower rib cage hugs in, so it knits in really tight. Okay, we'll take three-leg dog kick, right leg high. So send your right foot high up to the ceiling. You'll get a little good left leg hamstring stretch. Right knee to your left elbow, so under your body, squeeze it in. Then three-leg dog kick, right leg high, send your right leg up. Through to fallen triangle, step your right foot under and through. Lift your left hand up to the ceiling. Good, three-leg dog kick, right leg high. So it's the same leg still, lift it up. Right knee to your right tricep. Now you're in high plank, step your right foot back, lift the chest up. Down to the stomach. If you're pregnant and showing, you can take child's pose instead. We'll take 3 cobras right here. So press your toes down. Now press your pubic bone down. And lengthen the side bodies as you inhale, low cobra. Exhale, forehead to the floor. 2 more times, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale. Downward facing dog. You can come to the knees to press back. It's all good. So we'll repeat that on the other side. Inhale, left leg high, three-leg dog kick. Left knee, left tricep under your body. Inhale, three-leg dog kick, left leg high. Fallen triangle, so you step it all the way through. Lift your right hand up. Yeah, Jamie. Three-leg dog kick, left leg high. Left knee, left shoulder. Now high plank, send the foot back and lower down to the stomach or child's pose. 3 low cobras. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower. Yeah, Nat. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. I love it. Lift your right leg high for 3-leg dog kick. Knee to nose. Okay, come to high plank. Take your right knee directly underneath your right hip, so it's down on the ground. Come up to modified warrior 2. So right knee down. Yeah, that's it, good. It's basically like a gate pose prep where your right knee is on the floor. But we'll take this here as well to get some groin stretch, some hip stretch. Reverse, lift the right arm up and back. Perfect. See if you can let the left inner groins kind of settle down a little bit. And at the same time, lift the left lowest ribs up a little bit. Then extend the fingertips even further behind. All right, you guys. We're going to work this shape into wild thing. So you're here on the knee right now. Your right hand is up. You'll bring your hands to the floor. Pick up the right knee like you're bringing it to the right shoulder and move it around all the way back behind the body. Yeah, that's it, good. And it's that movement of the thigh up and around that we're really focused on. So we're gonna do that again. Bring the right leg all the way back and around down to the floor. And you'll come up for this modified warrior or modified gate pose. Reach your right hand up, stretch all the way back behind. So I can feel this right now really active in my hip flexor on my right side. If you're sharing that same sensation, do the best that you can to squeeze your right glute forward and then reach all the way up. So we'll do that same little thing again, hands to the floor. Pick up the right knee, let it lift all the way up and over to the ceiling, wild thing, right hand high. Yeah, Chels. Okay, 3-leg dog kick. Take your right leg up to the ceiling and high. Step through to low lunge. We'll come to warrior 2 this time on the feet. Spin your left heel down and rise. When we start to move into the intricacies of the asana, of the posture, it's really easy to get so laser focused on the movement that you forget really how big and how vast and how huge you are. So instead of this ultra attention to alignment, see if you can work your presence outside the skin, so an inch or 2 outside the body, or even bigger and even broader than that. Extended side angle, reach towards your front right leg and your left arm will come over. Yeah, Mimi. For this extended side angle, we're looking to slide the right thigh up towards the right shoulder. So slide your right hand down to your right ankle and start to squeeze your right inner thigh into the right upper arm. Yeah, that's really good. Krista, awesome girl. Then find a little rotation of the chest. Yes, good. So it's like your bottom rib is coming forward and your top rib is moving back. Lori, beautiful. Star pose, lift everything up. Turn your toes in, fold forward with straddle legs. Take some time here to bend one knee at a time. So you're finding an even bigger lateral lunge than we did in the opening series. Your hips move side to side, and you're finding even more spaciousness in the inner hips and the inner groins. Beautiful, Kayla. Find center, fold forward, let your head anchor as your sits bones lift. Take a halfway lift, face the front of your mat and walk your right foot wide. We'll come to lounge lizard. So you'll roll to the outside edge of your left foot and let your left hip start to lower towards the floor. Sweep your hand back behind you. Lift your hips, stretch your arm all the way to the front of your space. Lower your hips to hover, reach your hand back behind you. One more time, inhale and exhale. All right, we're taking this right back into wild things. So plant your hands down, come onto your left toes. We're interested in this right leg movement. So lift up the leg all the way up, all the way around. Wild thing. Yeah. And then make the heart the apex of this posture. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. That was really lovely. Take a few moments just to find home base. Then you can scan the body. You can begin to scan the mind and quiet it. And then move your awareness to even a more expansive space. So maybe now it includes the entirety of your mat and a couple inches away from it. Left leg high, three-leg dog kick, send it up. Knee to nose, pull it all the way in. Okay, you'll take your left knee down to the floor underneath your hip and open up, kind of like warrior two to the right-hand side of the room. Yeah, so it's kind of like gate pose too. We'll take this into reverse, so your front fingertips lift up. It's a big side body stretching at any. So right here, it's a little bit like the back right hips could almost soften, the right groins could almost soften. Then that gives you more space with the right side body to lift and lengthen and extend. Okay, we'll work wild thing from here. So your hands will come down to the floor, lift the left knee up, and then all the way around the body. Love that, yeah. Good, very softly back to just where we were. Pick up the foot, the knee, gently take your left knee down to the mat, and come on back up and rise. Then reach towards the back of the room, so same big side body stretch. Beautiful. It's perfect. Wild thing again, hands to the earth. Pick up the knee, lift up the knee, send it all the way back. Yeah, Steph. Three-leg dog kick, left leg high. Knee to nose. Inhale, three-leg dog kick. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. And just to honor the bigness of what is right now, turn your palms up. Yeah, that's it. All this starts to maximize this unity consciousness of everybody being together. Even this iPhone has consciousness. Even the mala has consciousness. The brick has consciousness. All these very subtle waves of energy, constantly moving, constantly growing, because that's the only way that's possible. Evolution change is the only thing that exists. Extended side angle towards the front leg. Then once you kind of land there, you can slide the hand down towards the ankle And get really interested with how the left thigh starts to squeeze and hug into the left upper arm. Beautiful, Geneva. Star pose. Toes in, fold forward with straddle legs. This time we'll take a twist. So halfway lift, plant your right hand down, twist to the front of the room. Then switch. And you can just gently allow the twist to unfold side to side. Notice the little shift in your pelvis when your torso twists. How that creates a different experience in the inner hips and the inner groins. Then fold forward when you feel like you've hit both sides. One more halfway lift. Front of your mat, low lunge. Walk your left foot wide. We'll take lounge lizard on this side. So carve to the outside edge of your right foot. Sweep your hand back. Big, huge hip stretch. Inhale, lift the palm. Exhale, hover the hips. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Okay, we're going back into wild things. So plant your hands. Then lift the left leg up. Take it all the way up and over, around. And wild thing. Yeah, Katie. Downward facing dog. That was amazing. Breathe in and breathe out. Come to your knees, grab your bricks. You're going to put them on their medium setting with your feet in between them. Okay, so the goal here is to make sure your pelvis is neutral while we do this awful exercise. Instead of, and let me just show you, instead of letting your low back carve outwards and your hips, your pubic bone roll up, you want your hips here. So if you bend your knees to accomplish that, that's fine. It's like you want to be able to feel the ischial bones, the sits bones digging down, and the chest lifting up at the same time, okay? And take your hands to your hips. Then you'll take your right foot all the way up and over the right block. And then back into center. Then we'll switch. Left foot up and over, and up and back. It's also fair if you put them on a lower setting. It's also fair if you put it on a higher setting, though there's no need to struggle today. Try to keep the chest up. So I'm seeing shoulders rolling forward because you're efforting so much. And lift. Good, left over. Woo, and lift. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more on each side. I can tell you're really enjoying this. 1 more on each side. Last time here, left foot. Good, grab your blocks, put them by their hips. Take your feet together to touch. Baddha Konasana, so butterfly legs. And just let the hip flexor that was probably getting pretty angry soften a little bit. See if you can roll your chest forward and up. Good. If you'd like to start folding forward, you can. Take a breath in. Let it out. Let it go. And come on and back up. You'll cross your right foot on top of your left and take your hands to the blocks. So we'll utilize the full deep core connection to lift your hips off the floor, okay? That's everything from your pelvic floor all the way through your deep transverse abdominis, the internal obliques, the external obliques, the multifidi muscle at the back of your body, okay? So almost think that the front and your back of your body are going to pancake in. Your pelvic floor is going to suction up to the diaphragm. Your side bodies will stiffen out, okay? And we'll push down as we exhale to lift the pelvis and the feet potentially, okay? So take a deep breath in. Exhale, push down, lift the hips, lift the feet, baby. Good, and then lower it down. Yeah, I know this is a dragger too. Maybe somehow we'll start to lift up one day. Okay, we're gonna do that again. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, press down, lift the hips, lift the legs. Good. Lower it down. Okay, so you're initiating really from the lift of the pelvic floor, the back of the pelvic floor, the middle of the pelvic floor, the front of the pelvic floor. It suctions it in and lifts up, or like an elevator, you can imagine it lifting off a mat. That's the initiator for all of us in this room, all right? Take an inhale, the diaphragm contracts. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, lift the hips. Good, now switch the legs so the opposite leg is on top. We're kind of condensing the center of balance in towards the body. Eventually, when we get to elephant trunk, a leg will be extended forward, okay? But we're finding right now the key to start to drive and lift and hover. All right, inhale. Exhale, press down, lift and hover. Good. Okay, so a lot of exertion going on. That exertion that's going on is really keeping you in the head. If we want to do this in a more expansive way, you just start to understand that I already am hovering. All right? Time is strata, time is stacked. There's no future, there's no past. We start to think of ourselves as light and hovering, it is. All right? So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Yeah, less effort, that's good. And then release. And even if you're not getting off the floor, the less effort means more joy. And that is huge. That is the expanse of the vastness that we're looking for. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah! Yay! And lower down. Okay, good. Take your right foot forward for Jani Shirshasana. Left foot in. Turn your chest to face the right leg. You can even take the left arm across and fold forward. Okay, really good. So you're feeling some space in the left low back. See if you can let your left tail, your left sits bones drop. Now take both of your hands either to your right calf or your right ankles or your right foot. Take a halfway lift. Okay, you're gonna move your right foot directly in front of your body and lift it up. So you'll take it up and forward in front of you. Good, yeah, perfect. Shoulder heads back, chest up. That is beautiful, just like that. Okay, take your right foot down to the floor. Think figure four, left foot on top of it. Take your hands to your bricks. Get light. So we'll keep this leg position first, all right? Take an inhale. Exhale, push from the floor. See if you can get your right foot to come up too. I know. I'm sort of like leaning back to lift it up. It's like, oh, let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Okay, we'll just switch legs. You'll get redemption for that, don't worry. Right foot in, left foot out. And we'll take the twisted variation first, so your right hand can reach across if you'd like. The bigger that you get, the more vastness you start to experience, the easier it is to really dig in and ground down. So feel that through the right side of your pelvis. Then both hands to your left shin or your left ankles or your left foot, and you'll kick up the foot and bring it in front of you. Yeah, David, so amazing. Cool, and then just roll the chest up. So it's almost like you're tilting the front of the ribs forward and the back of the ribs down. Okay, we'll try this little variation. Right heel on top of your left thigh. Hands to your bricks. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Good, we'll try that one more time. It's pretty hard because you're literally pushing down on the leg that you want to lift, so just know that. Take an inhale. Exhale from the pelvic floor, lift and push. Good. Come to the top of your mat, bricks follow. We're just gonna flow. Feet wide, toes turn out a little bit. Inhale. Bend your left knee only. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn to the right, come to the crouch. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to the back. Stay right here, inhale. Stay, exhale. Inhale, star pose, turn towards me. Exhale, hands behind the head, back bend. Inhale, star. Bend your right knee only. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn left, lower your back right knee down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist to the back of the room. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come up through star. Exhale, hands behind your head, press your glutes forward, lift your chest. Inhale up. Frog squat, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Stay right here for an inhale. Stay right here for an exhale. Right leg high, 3-leg dog kick, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle to the front leg. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, toes in, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, front of your mat. Wild thing, take the right leg all the way up and over. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, star pose. Fold forward, dial the toes in. Inhale, halfway lift. Front of your mat, low lunge. Wild thing, right hand roots. Spin over the leg. Yeah, really nice. Downward facing dog. Stay here for about 3 to 5 breaths. We'll come back into a seated meditation with the legs crossed if you have the hip mobility. And if not, no big deal. Okay, so a couple moments to really start to populate this space and potentially even bigger than this space. So you can either gaze towards the floor, or if you feel safe, you can close your eyes completely. It's totally up to you. And you first just start to feel your hips, feel your legs, feel your spine and all the skin that surrounds you. We have this false idea that the skin is finite, that our bodies are finite. They feel whole, they feel rigid, they feel like containers, but it's really more than that. It's basically just a vessel to contain consciousness. And the unity of it all is that we are all the same. You're the same as your yoga mat, you're just at a different state of consciousness. So once you feel your body, allow yourself to grow by another layer, so as big as your mat. And you can fill that with any color that you'd like, any sound that you prefer, any sensation that you'd love to create. Then go bigger. Populate not just your mat, but both of your neighbors' mats on either side of you. Keep that expanded awareness and now go to the people in front of you and the people behind you as well. It's like you're wrapping everybody in with a sphere of joy, of contentedness. And now allow yourself to start to get as big as this entire room, every single corner, every single crease, every column, every girder. Floor to ceiling, skylight, all of it. And now go bigger. And now take your awareness out to the Tennyson and out to the alley in the back and up to 44th in front of you and down to 43rd behind you. And now go even bigger than that. Sheridan to Federal, 52nd to 38th. And now go even bigger than that. All of Denver, you start to populate with your awareness. We are so much bigger than our minds. Our mind is where we create all of the suffering in our life. As soon as you start to understand your vastness, your natural tendency to expand, it's all okay. So wherever you are in your expansive awareness, bring all of that back in right to your heart, the front of your heart, the back of your heart. Put your left hand on top of it and your right hand on top of the left. Tuck your chin to your chest. Blink your eyes a couple times. And lift your gaze. So a little wrist prep, take one finger at a time and just gently draw it back. We worked a lot this weekend with time as really stacked, like strata. You know when you get those little hits of intuition? Potentially, that could be your future self, your more evolved self, telling your present self, like giving you little hints. If it's all the same, if it all is, if it's all right now, then that means that we're constantly expanding. We are growing to our more evolved self every minute of every single day. Those hits of intuition is like us saying like, yo, check in, listen to that, feel that. That's really important. Okay, elephant trunk. I like to use bricks. It's totally up to you. We'll start with the right leg. Just bring it into your arms so that your right heel is kind of into the left elbow. Your right knee is drawing into the right elbow. And move a little bit with it so you're lubricating the joint and creating some expansion there. Once a mother, always a mother, even in yoga class. Don't blow out your knee, Sully, whatever you do. Okay, so you're gonna think light. Your right leg is gonna come over your right shoulder, okay? And you're just gonna think light. You don't need to hike it up there at all. You'll slide your right arm through. Then you can even take the foot and bring the right leg on top of the right shoulder. Okay, so once you kind of get it up there, it's like it's hanging out. One trick is to pull the heel down a little bit so it stays. Then you can take your hands to your bricks, lift your hips, and if you got that, lift the foot. And you're an elephant chuck. Yeah, and you can do it from the floor too, like a badass. Yes. Yeah, Laura. Hell yeah. Yeah. Dude, Kayla, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's amazing. Cool. Let's do the other side. So this time, capture the left leg and give it some love. This side will commit to less effort, more lightness, more joy. It's like your child self populates your body right now and just looking for whimsical play. Then you can slide your left arm through and take your left leg on top of the left shoulder. Might be completely different mobility on this side. And then just a little snuggle of the left heel down to kind of lock it in place. If you want the bricks, they're there for you. Then you can also play with lifting the right foot off the floor for elephant trunk on this side. Just because the blocks are easier for me doesn't mean that they're like that for you. Yeah, Lori, yes, girl. Same thing, front of the pelvic floor to lift the right toe. So, suction. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, good. Okay, Baddha Konasana, feet together to touch. Allow your chest to fold forward if you'd like it to. We'll take a little seated twist. Right leg on top. Twist towards the right. Just notice if you're still trying, like, are you trying to nail this twist? Or can you just be with it and allow everything that you start to perceive will go bigger than the quality of the mind? Other side. We'll take this right into corpse pose. You might really like your bricks under your thighs or under your feet. We'll be here for some good times, so just go for it. Let loose and fully surrender. Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om. Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om. Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om. Om Hare Om. Om Hare Om. Om Hare Om. Namaste.